Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from.
Alright, what it do with the cash out like a lamb. Big boss hog, boss dog, can't poke through the door. As you hear, it's finna rain. Here to talk this boxing. Before I get my soliloquy, real tough talks don't last. Good people do don't know if yourself. Call them in the fight like maybe matter. Peak game, 84s on West Wayne. Alright, so Keith Thurman was interviewed on Mill City Boxing, and he said that Devin Haney reached out to him for a fight a while back, and he basically told Bill, like, bro, you gonna get your son hurt. I've been telling y'all this, man. I told y'all this when they was talking about fighting Keith Thurman. When they was like, oh, we want to fight Keith Thurman. And when Carisha, she was like, we want to fight Keith Thurman. I said, I don't care what version of Keith Thurman, you know, coming to that ring, I'm telling you, he'll stop Devin Haney. Like, Keith Thurman ain't nothing to play with, bro. I got to keep it 1,000. You know what I mean? He's nothing to play with. The only fight that I was like, truthfully, the only fighter I believe that could beat Keith Thurman was Errol. You know what I mean? Which I don't know about that now, because Errol not even worrying about boxing. Errol playing soccer and all type of other stuff. But back then when Errol was active, I was like, that's the only fighter I see. And I think Keith Thurman saw that. Right? I don't even think Terrence Crawford could beat Keith Thurman. I'm not going to lie to you. That's why Terrence Crawford never really just went all in on Keith Thurman. He went all in on Errol. He didn't go all in on Keith Thurman like that. You know what I mean? I still think to this day Keith Thurman beat Terrence Crawford. I'm not going to lie to you. I wish they would have fought. You know what I mean? That's a great fight right there. See, that's another fight. See what I'm saying? Bro, that's another fight that could be made if... Man, all right, my bad. Let me stay on topic. But I'm just saying, like, Keith Thurman, y'all ever notice that, like, I say stuff and then pro fighters come say the same thing I said? I said this a long time. I got to find the video. I make a lot of videos. I got to find it so I can put it in this video or put it in a YouTube short or whatever, just showing y'all that I be saying stuff and then these pro fighters and these other big YouTube channels come back and say it. Ain't that crazy? That's wild. I say something, and then these fighters come back and they say it. And I'm like, my nigga, I said that. You know what I mean? I'll be brushing my teeth, you know, after I done read my Bible, pray, talk to the Lord, I'll brush my teeth, and I'll cut on, you know, some boxing talk. And then next thing you know, the nigga saying the same thing I'm saying. Bro, it's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy. This is the stuff I be talking about, my bro. When you sit here and you analyze like what I be saying, and then boom, these boys come out and say the same thing I'm saying. Mind-boggling. Then you hear dudes, you don't know boxing. You don't know boxing. But then this nigga come say the same thing I'm saying. This brother, this sister, this person come say the same thing I'm saying. What they do that at, kid folk? So all I'm saying at the end of the day, keep it real, come and dine, working with Will. Boss know a little bit about boxing, man. I know that, you know, how I talk. Y'all like, oh man, he don't know boxing because it's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? I talk like a Houston nigga. I'm from the old school Houston. You know what I'm talking about? I know I look young. You know what I'm saying? I know I look like 21, you know, but nah, I'm 30 and something. I'm finna say my age. I'm 30 something. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the old school Houston where boys come down with the boulevard with the fifth on recline, starts down jeans, white tee, Nikes, taper face, 60 wave, or the boys had braids. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. We weren't wearing no dreads. We weren't wearing no tight pants. We weren't painting our nails. We weren't wearing no purse. We weren't doing none of that stuff. We wasn't shooting boys. We was getting in the hands, handling it like men, and then you went home to your family when you was done. That's the era I come from. You know what I'm talking about? I don't come from, you know, so I understand, you know, I look young, you know. I got some little youngsters, they be coming talking to me in the gym. What are you, like 21? What high school you go to? Shit, nigga, I ain't been in high school since 2000 something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the single 2000. I'm, you know, I know 2010, I know 2011, not 2009. Way before that. You know what I'm saying? You know? So it's just like at the end of the day, bro, I know a little bit in boxing. You know what I'm saying? I had an amateur career. Now, was it long? No, because I started boxing late. I ain't finna sit here and cap and be like, oh yeah, I got 30 fights. Nah, bro. I got a couple. You know what I mean? But I've had training camps. I sparred a lot. I sparred more than I had fights. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to get better. You know what I'm saying? It's a pro boxer right now that's undefeated that's moving up the ranks at 168. John Torres. He's undefeated right now. I used to spar him all the time. He'll tell you. You know? And he barely speaks English. He's Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? I used to spar him a lot when I was an active amateur fighter. You know? So I've been in the ring with some from pros. I've been in the ring with some amateurs. You know, I done sparred a lot. You know? I spar pro MMA fighters. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I done been in there. So when I'm telling y'all stuff, I'm not telling you stuff because of what I feel. Nah. I'm telling you stuff because, man, I've been in that ring. I know what I'm talking about. I walk down that ramp. I know what it's like to be nervous for a fight when you can't feel your legs and you don't get ready for the fight. When you don't really lock in for the fight until you get punched. Right? I remember walking my first fight. I can't feel my legs. I can't hear nothing. I'm in there. I'm like, why am I in this ring? You know what I'm saying? I'm nervous. You know? I don't hear my wife. I don't hear my kids. I just see him. And I'm like, man, bro, I'm nervous. I can't feel my legs. My heart beating fast. I can't breathe. I got shortness of breath. Until he hit me. Bah! Let's get it cracking. All that went away when I got hit. So when I'm telling y'all something, I'm not telling you this because of how I feel. I'm telling you this because I done walked down that ramp. And I'm sitting there telling you this. Bill Haney gonna get his son hurt. I've been saying that. This is something I've been saying for the longest time. Right? Bill Haney is living vicariously through his son. You ever seen them dads that at the football, like, I used to be a amateur, a little league football coach. I was a running back coach. And you got them dads that's just like trying to tell you what to do, and then they screaming at their son, son, do this, da da da, son, you need to do this, da da da, and you looking at that nigga like, shut up, I'm telling him to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yep, that's how Bill Haney is. He's trying to live through his son, bro. Like, I don't know if Bill Haney wanted to box, or, you know, maybe he fought in the street, and, you know, he was like, man, you know, my son ain't fighting the street. I ain't want that life for him, so I want him to fight in the ring. I don't know. But he's like living through Devin. He's getting in all these little verbal spats with people, and then like, I'm going to sick Devin on you. Huh? First of all, nobody worried about your son, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't worried about him. We're worried about you. You know, I don't care about what your son talking about. You know, your son don't even talk. It's you. And if I'm Devin, I'll be mad at my dad. I'll be like, bro, you keep talking, you beefing with this nigga, then I'm getting involved. I'm actually cool with this nigga. You feel me? So it's like at the end of the day, to keep it 1,000, Bill Haney needs to slow it down. Slow it down, relax. Stop putting Devin in these little spats. You know what I'm talking about? It's not worth it. Let me know what y'all think though. How's it going?